Hello everybody, what is happening? My device wants to be this way. Excellent. I am so excited to be doing this. Let me know if you can hear me, because I have never done this before, going live like this. Usually I just record videos and schedule them to go. I am unable to see questions, so I'm just going to see if I can get it on my computer. I need to figure out how to make all my screens stop going dark so quickly. But anyway, I am Melissa from Going Our Own Pace, and yep, I'm obsessed with coffee. I drink the coffee, I wear the coffee tops. But also, oh yay, thank you so much. Hi James. And so today I wanted to just kind of pop on and share a couple of practices from my new book, because I know it's one thing to kind of say to ourselves, we'll practice, but it's another thing to actually like get the time and sit down and do it. So yeah, I guess a little bit of background, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you may know, but I've been sharing my journey for 11 years now, on through the blog and then this YouTube channel. I have had symptoms since I was very young, about 14. But I've got loads of videos sharing my story and everything that helps me. But one thing that really helps me, and the reason I trained to be a yoga teacher, are these kind of mindfulness tools. And it's not that they're going to cure or heal us or anything like that, but they do make my experience better. So I created this book as just kind of a compilation of all the things I do that help. So I thought it would be fun to actually practice some of them together. I've done lots of trainings before on breath work and kind of why it's important, but essentially a lot of us, especially us with pain and fatigue, don't breathe properly. It becomes very easy to breathe from our chest and not take full breaths. I remember several years ago I was seeing a physiotherapist and she said I was a chest breather, and she had to help me, and it was quite difficult, learn to breathe fully and using my diaphragm, and that made a big difference, and actually reduced a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders. So breathing can actually be kind of a big structural issue, and not actually something we naturally do well, even though we do it all day, every day. So we want to be breathing in through our nose most of the time. And sometimes we are purposely breathing out through our mouth to bring a sense of relaxation to the body, and we use it for different purposes. But essentially, we want to be breathing through our nose, and we want to be thinking of filling our diaphragm, not our chest. So the first breathing practice, which I thought we could do together, and they kind of build to each other. So if it sounds like 3 breathing practices is a lot, don't worry. But the first one and the most basic one is easy breath, and it's simply paying attention to your breath, because I know we do it all day, every day, but we don't necessarily think about it. So get yourself comfortable, however that looks for you right now. If you're sitting in a chair, maybe like lean back a little bit so that you feel comfortable, and then bring your attention to your breath and simply notice it without altering it for a few breaths. Then let your next inhale happen naturally, and then see how long you can comfortably breathe out. Inhale, and then long exhale. And keep going like that, trying to just make your exhale longer than your inhale. And that's a really good one, I think, to use more when we want to come back into our body. And so it's a really great one for the beginning of any mindfulness practice. and you can kind of do it anywhere, anytime. But if we want to add to it, we can put a bit of a count to the breath. So we can inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 6. For a lot of us, those numbers might feel quite high, but you can count as fast as you like. But you can see the pattern is that your exhale is longer than your inhale. So this is relaxing breath now. So inhale for a count of 4 and then exhale 6. Again. Out. Inhale. Exhale. And again, that's a wonderful one to help us to calm down, especially if maybe we're feeling a bit overwhelmed or we're in a lot of pain. And to kind of build on that again, the final practice is the pursed lip breath or the candle breath. And this is one I do all the time. I do it when I'm in a lot of pain or my heart rate is very high and I'm trying to breathe it down. I actually did it after my surgery. So when I woke up from my endometriosis excision and hysterectomy, the pain relief was not working. The low-dose naltrexone was not fully out of my system, and I was in a lot of pain. So I just went straight into this, and it's also excellent for childbirth. So you inhale through your nose for a count of 4. And then exhale through your pursed lips like you're trying to blow out a candle very slowly. So we can do that together. And you might notice that your shoulders are kind of involuntarily relaxing as you do it. Inhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I wonder if that has made you feel a little bit relaxed. It definitely makes me feel more relaxed when I do it. I think that this is a wonderful one to practice when you can, because it's when you know how to do it that it's easier to use it when you need it. And I think that's the most important part. That's how I designed the book, is that, yeah, you've got all these practices like a buffet, but when do you use them? And that's why I provide the sheets at the back so that we can decide, okay, when are we going to actually use them? So think about when is a good time. So for example, maybe every morning you could fit in a couple of breathing practices while you're waiting for the jug to boil, or you're sitting in your chair with your heat pack. And then if it feels good for you, add it to your flare plan. So this is just an example of how it looks, but you can just write this down in your journal. So for example, if I notice my heart rate is going too high, then I'll do pursed lip breathing. And you can add it to your morning and evening routines. Yeah, so that was the 3 exercises that I wanted to share today. They're so simple and so quick, and you can do them anywhere, anytime, which is what I really love about it. It's kind of like a rescue remedy. So if you have any questions, let me know. I can come back as well. So this live will stay as a video. So if you put questions, then I can come back and answer them as well later on. If you're curious about my book, it is the Mindfulness Toolkit for Chronic Pain and Fatigue. My brother designed this cover. How pretty is it? He's designed all the covers of my books and formatted all of the insides of them, which is actually a lot of work, a lot of work to create a book. So that is there, and I'll put the link below if you're curious about having a look at it. I think Yeah, I agree. I think if you're in the middle of a panic attack, it's a very big ask to suddenly remember how to do a breathing practice. And yeah, they are great for hopefully before, like when you feel that nervous system starting to move up, then hopefully you can help it to move down again. I wonder what breathing practice you find most helpful when you're trying to prevent a panic attack. I definitely go to the pursed lip breathing no matter what when I'm overwhelmed, like whatever the overwhelm is, whether it's like I'm feeling anxious about something or the POTS is going crazy or I'm in a lot of pain. That's just what I naturally go to. Well, let me know in the comments if you wanted any more information about any of those breathing practices. I actually do have some breathing practices available here on the channel as well. And I do also have some yoga classes. I haven't filmed any yoga classes for a long time because, to be honest, I've just been getting my head around the hypermobility issues, and it's a lot to learn because my body is going to be so different from anyone else's. But because my sacroiliac joints like to go out of place very easily, a lot of yoga poses I can't do anymore. But the breathing practices I really rely on a lot. Breathing and of course meditation, yoga nidra. So if you found this helpful, let me know. If you want to do another thing where we can go through any more of the exercises from the book, let me know. Obviously, there's loads more. Um, there's more breathing practices, there's the poses, and then, of course, there's the meditation. So if you'd ever like to practice a meditation together, that could be really cool. I've never done that live before. So let me know. Oh, that's really cool that you do the pursed lip breathing, James. Well, I think that's everything I had to talk about. Again, I'll come back and answer any questions if you are seeing this later and want to do the questions. And let me know if you want me to do a separate recording of the breathing practice so that you can practice it yourself. And I'll also put a link below because I've got a free breathing practice, a yoga nidra practice, and a gentle yoga class that you can get and download and then practice in your own time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, James, for chatting with me as well. And I'll catch you guys again soon.